Twalise on the flanks as first and second assistants. So it did come bucketing down about an hour and a half ago, but the rain has since subsided and the pitch has done pretty well, it must be said, just in terms of the drainage. There were some massive puddles, even as recently as about 45 minutes prior to kick-off. But this is not the worst that the old Peter Mokaba Stadium has endured towards the end of September in Polokwane City's home win over Spokane United. It was a lot more waterlogged to the point that the ball really wasn't rolling very well, but shouldn't be the case here this evening unless, of course, there are further downpours as Orlando Pirates stride over to the far side to greet the fans who have no protection whatsoever from the rain, if indeed it does come down again, because Natsibisi heavily strapped after the war in the derby, shall we say. Polokwane City know they will be up against a Pirate side buoyed by confidence, but also motivated by what the 3 points would mean. It might not necessarily keep them on top, depending on the margin of victory here and in Pretoria, if both the front runners were to win. As we are moments away from kickoff here, Orlando Pirates getting us underway, unbeaten in their last 17, front foot early here, combining with Dina van Rooyen, who up against the side as Mufokeng now turns it on and does fire in a shot.
And the Orlando Pirates starting just like they did over the weekend, very sharp, very focused early on, needs to link up with the big man Mahoba.
Connecting with the head, being quite critical this season in terms of pressing from the front. He's won the 5th most tackles in the league. NTS Galaxy. Just over the heads of Flamin Bedway Premiership. Now played in low with evidence. Siamas flung it across fields for Hotto. Not down, perhaps not as
use the width effectively.
Ball is given away here, Evans, Makhropa. Oh! A crucial touch, brilliant save from Lindokuhle Matebula. Now trying to make something happen here from the corner. Play towards the near post, not the most effective set piece. Against Amazulu in that Nedbank Cup first round match. Finding Rele Mufokeng, Asuna Polis laying from the penalty spot. It's a good strong run. De Jong with the little flick. Mufokeng goes down.
And this is going to suit Orlando Pirates.
And it is a Polis. Oh! He's hit that tremendously well.
As close as you can get there. Did say it
works last month. As the ball is driven long and Polokwane City now seek to stretch Orlando Pirates. They had previously met directly after the derby. Claude Quay gets some
strong in the tackle as well this evening. Alongside come.
We're a man down for such a long time. Now evidence all over the place. Polis beaten to it in the air. Dion Hotto laying it off for quite a deflection.
Trying to get close to him when he's
King's played it short. Driven towards goal. Another great save. What a hit that was from Osuna Polis.
Low. Knows that ball will skid off the ground, and a good save.
It off. De Jong forced out wide, still looking for options, scraped away. Now it's been all Pirates. It's worked to the feet of Asuna Polis again. He's done brilliantly here. Polis. All hands to the pump. And De Jong with the deflection.
Yeah, footing like a glove is De Jong.
Yeah. Squeezing it through here for Polis. A big shove. Back. Matsaluri goes for it. Ooh. Oh, the way that fizzed off the turf. We thought it would lose some of its momentum en route to goal, but Sipochain, yes, since anyone has managed one against him. Now, turning, shooting. City keeping a Pirates side at bay who scores so many goals during this period as another shot of their own goes awry. And just to put it into perspective for you, Stan Van Rooyen. Now Apollos. In corner. In from Otto. That's a good claim in the end. And quick. Hearing still no goals from any of the games around the ground. And we've gone past the midway point of the first half. Everywhere. Otto delivers. Oh. Now it's looped up off the head of his skipper. The campaign. As De Jong has laid it off, drilled towards for Mufokeng. Mufokeng. But turns the responsibility over to Makgopa. Apollos. It's another corner. Otto again.
Game by game.
Dlamini. Shipping it forwards for Ramab. Appreciates that the half-time breaks from the 30th minute onwards. Again opts not to shoot and can't locate Mufokeng. Van Rooyen just carve out a rare opportunity here with Dlamini laying it off to Mabu. Launching one straight at Sipochain. Apollos laying it off.
Only seeing more of the ball further up the pitch.
And perhaps they knew they would need to ride out the early storm from Polokwane City. What can they do with their first corner of the game? I'm waiting for some reinforcements. Mbata busting it up. That's the off his chest. Guni now. That shot's total. It's Dino Van Rooyen. Finds Oswin Apollos. Trying to go near posts. Got his directions wrong.
Just going to get the first touch out of his feet.
Has scored in back-to-back games just once this season, not in the Premiership though, into the game in by Ramabu. Still trying to get it clear.
Saves from Matibula.
De Jong manages to move it on. Despite the fact that he was going tumbling down, he still located Apollos for the break. And that might change. Oh, cleared off the line, but it will be a penalty. The hand was involved, according to the referee, Polokwane.
That is not nice scenes there.
Here's De Jong. He puts it in for Makgopa. From Otto once again. That might have gone. Holding the Buccaneers at the moment. Underway, Orlando Pirates only failed City's campaign. 6 clean sheets over that period. Now Dlamini has beats. They suffered 1-0 and then a 0-0 draw in there. They have a good away record as well this season. Away game of the season. Apollos turns this brilliantly around the corner. Bata cracks it. Can't keep it down. A man who we've become so accustomed to see. Chikweta and still evidence Makgopa. Dispossessed.
Further advanced defensive.
Finding Apollos. Looking for De Jong once. It's cleverly done by De Jong and the ball from Mufokeng. Rangers continues hot form now. De Jong. He had Makgopa waiting. Another save and in from the header. Well, he recently scored his first ever headed goal. Rele Mufokeng away to Amazulu at the beginning of last month, and he has another now to finally break down this stubborn Polokwane City defence.
And the Pirates strike early in the second half.
You have to feel for that man. He made 2 saves before it eventually went past him.
He has been at his best, and it's celebrations all round. Instrumental was De Jong, as we see the goal scorer tap the badge. Great movement here from Dion.
Perspective, De Jong. Rugby tackle just outside the area, and a free kick for the Buccaneers.
Yes, but lunch from Gambala.
King measures it and scored 5 of their first 15 meetings with Pirates, as Matabula has to race off his. At the time, no Limpopo side had ever beaten Pirates. Did win their last game played on a Wednesday. That's Polokwane City. That was their final game of the greatest demeanor at the moment, considering their side are down as Mikani races onto this one. And we mentioned that because in from Dion Hotto, the effort wide.
There's a lovely in-swing of it.
Matuluri. Season. They were relegated to Polokwane City now. Chance for an instant impact here. Moremi opts not to pull the trigger. He was looking to set up the trigger. He was looking to set up Putuma. It's in from Dion Hotto. There's Dion Hotto. Players queuing up, but he couldn't execute the cross. And the most touches in the box in the first half. He's found Moremi easily. Oh! Side netting. Here against Magesi, there's 71%. Another ball. Tuma, he can't do anything with it. Austin Apollo has found Mufokeng. Deflection. Made it tricky for Matibula, who was still equal to the task.
Looking to get the nail in the coffin there. The set play.
3 goals from corners in the Betway Prem this season. Lacha finding Siema. Acrobatic take. Keeps it moving for Polis. And of all the a change. Advantage. Now offside is the call. Raymond Daniels had an opportunity to scamper through on goal. Gambala, Apollos skips it. On goals scored above Orlando Pirates. Betway Premiership standings. We have about Moremi, Apollos, brilliant, brilliant! Oh! Wide off the mark, a feather-like touch from Yanela Putuma that trickled just past the post. For King separating these sides here. Now Putuma rising for it, and very nearly creeps in an own goal. In from Hotto, sliding it through. Moremi disguises it. Siema now. Well, did score. It's a slick ball, different. 2 shots on target per game. Still to an end. Now Orlando Pirates to wrap it up. Oh, should have been. Masonyani directs it past the uprights. Their second ever meeting at Polokwane City. Oh, poor level. Can you believe it? Out of virtually nothing, they have managed to snatch a leveler here. Polokwane City.
You mentioned the danger of Dlamini early on.
Yeah.
His 3rd league goal for the season. What would be best described as a sucker punch.
Now, they need to try and find a way back in front. The ball in will be really ruining the miss just minutes ago, where he could have wrapped it up. He got a victory, which was their solitary victory over. Otto's ball in is a good one! Oh,
yes,
there it is! Back in front! Makes amends for his earlier miss. It's Tito off the bench! Nine goals from substitutes in the Betway Prem this season for Orlando Pirates.
It's oozing with quality. Wadu remains calm. It's a Dion Hotto delivery and a Maswangani reprieve. He got an opportunity earlier, couldn't squeeze it in. What a response, cool, calm, collected.
Yep.
from Maswanganyi and Orlando Pirates.